Hello, how you doing?
Humanity is shackled.
Right, okay, it's another long map
more field research
with a payload.
Grand.
You are safe with me. I bear my burdens.
Yeah, nice, nice. Keep those wins coming.
I'd rather wait a century for progress than cause the harm you have.
What a joy it must be to feel entitled to patience.
Right, double snipers, Mercy, Ramacha. So Ramacha's a very nice tank for Moira to pocket.
4, 3, 2,
So
1. Attack.
this is my home. Fade behind cover. Look for any damage the team's taken. Right, we're going to be burning resources over these heal over time, so we'll look to fire our damage orb and get some of them back. That makes it a lot more free. Notice like we've got full resources, so we might as well use the top end of them. Sort of same here. We want to... Oh, we've got a fade. We took quite a lot of damage. Stay behind cover. Mercy healed me. That's good. We've got Ramacha versus Ramacha. Right, massive heals going out. We create a heal zone to even further increase our heals. There's so much damage coming on him. He's taking all of it. Right, we're out of resources. We need to quickly right-click and see if we can build some more up. Right, damage orb can hopefully get us a bit more. Right-clicks again for resources. He's going to take a lot of damage yet again. Right-click. Back onto heals again. Right, damage orb. Pressure them out of position. Get us some resources back. Nice, we're gaining control of it. Mercy. Right, only a heal over time on her. We don't want to waste too many resources. It's fine. Heal zone created. It bounced away though. And we're still on the objective. Right, resources are low, but we've got Coalescence. Right, let's step out and use Coal. It might intimidate players backwards, but it gets our resources. Can we disrupt their healing in the backline? She's not focusing on anyone. Right, we're going to fade all the way out of this if we can. Going to fade again. We're going to, sorry, keep running back, keep running back. We're following a heal orb. We're healing our Hanzo. We need resources. We're trying to heal our Hanzo again. And we capped because their team overextended chasing us. That's very nice. Get our resources back. He's not too much of a threat until he's in his Nemesis form. Bounced off the flat wall. That should go up the ramp and chase the Ana when she retreats. He's still hitting. Our orb is still hitting them. So we're basically full resource again. Come on, Ramacha. Heal orb taking the same path because we're expecting our team to go up these stairs. So we actually missed it. Want to follow him aggressively while he's pushing them. We basically wiped the team. Objective is moving, so we can just keep on healing them. Right. We're still pushing forward because, again, we want to get our resources full before the next fight. So we bounce an orb off of that back wall. Hopefully hit some players over there. It didn't. Not worried about our Cassidy. If our Cassidy dies, our Cassidy dies. They could be in that little room, so... yeah. Okay. Heal resources going to full again. We are moving cart. There is a symbol, so we're probably going to have to be quite defensive here. Heal bounces. There aren't many here. We can bounce off this flat wall here. Right, we can Coalescence this. Want to line it up with our team and the enemy team. We don't need to, like, target aim unless we see a low health target. Didn't accomplish that much with it. That's fine. Can we get to our tank and save him? Looks like he's done for. So we're going to fade into backline and try and put pressure on their supports, as I said we would do previously, because maybe their tank dies. As of right now, their tank has no healing on them. We see these symmetric turrets. That's fine, we can just die here. So while we're fighting the Ana, that's great. We've equalized the amount of healing that, well, we've basically knocked them out as support, right? When the Moira returns as well, it's like, well, we now know that their Ramacha's got no healing on the front line because we've killed the Ana and we're fighting against Moira. So there's a chance that our DPS just kill the Ramacha and we're in a better position than we would be just retreating. Right, I could bounce a heal orb here. He's taking a lot of damage. There's an ultimate again. We're going to fade out of that. See what we can do. We're going to just have to keep running. It's a nanoed Ramacha ult. Not too much playability we can do against that. Not to keep our team alive and survive ourselves. We might be able to survive ourselves, but it doesn't really change much, right?
Dealt with cynics before. Sure. I see a hostile.
Here they come. Get ready.
Our team are loving these rotations.
Greetings.
Right, this time we try a slightly different approach. We can heal up here. We know that we're generally playing here. We've got to rely on our snipers. That's annoying. Oh, we're going to fade that to cleanse the anti. I don't think we can save the Ramarcha from it, though. We'll try. Right, all of our resources are done, so we've got to think new resources. Ramarcha's not going to get healing. He's massively overextending. Heal zone again. We're going to use Coalescence because we need the resources. It might encourage our team to go forward, but that's okay. Counter Coalescence means that we're focused now more on healing than damage, because anything we damage, Moira can just counter. Heal zone again. Our Ramarcha's going to retreat. He's antied at the moment. You need to retreat, dude. You need to retreat. He's not. We're just about keeping him alive. There's sim turrets hitting him. That's going to burn all our resources. We'll try and take him out for him. Still trying to desperately do it. Heal up off the back wall. There's a high noon in. We're going to sidestep that, but if he comes around the corner, we're going to have to fade it anywhere around here, around the corner. Ramarcha's now still chasing me. We've got to try and keep our tank alive. We're not going to be able to do that, so we now retreat. It's difficult. I wonder if we can encourage our team to take a different angle. Players are likely to peek from that window, and we can use that to get some resources. Our Ramarcha's a believer that he's going to get more health than I can offer him. But a fade, well, we didn't actually have to fade, but it's just smart because there's a damage orb coming in and the damage from that. We take too much damage. We can afford to be without our fade right now. They're not pushing us. Right, where can we bounce damage orb? There's a flat wall over there that kind of will bounce around where the enemy team are. Big heals on the D.Va. We don't want to waste too many resources on the DPS here, because, yeah, without our tank. Right, 30 seconds left. I think Ramarcha's chasing me, right? We want to be in a position where we can touch the point. It's risky because someone could shoot me from the right. 15 seconds, where's the payload? Right, we can go up the stairs and then fade to touch it. That's going to be our job right here. Right, we faded, we touched the point, and we may need to retreat. Okay. Gotta stay safe from the high noon. Great kills on the side. Cassidy's forced to use his high noon early. Objective, we don't want to C9 it. Moira's on the touch. I'm looking at the reinforcements. Okay. That works. Damage off to get our resources back. It does do that quite well. Big bomb. Can we capitalize on this? Ideally, we want that kill as well. It arrived late. That's good. Stay on the payload. Only a minute left. This map's quite hard to complete, so let's focus now primarily on getting the objective as far as possible. Obviously, we want to complete it, but right, where are these turrets going? Hey, achievement! Escort duty. Right, we may have to get the other side of the symbol here. I'm just gonna fade to safety. And then orb back towards the team, because it was getting really dangerous for Moira to stand in. You see how the Mercy didn't have that option? We're going to fade back again. 30 seconds left. Let's see if we can heal ourselves to build ult charge and join with our team. Now, we've got to think about, do we need to be in a position to touch this? There's only 22 seconds left. So we can walk out and fade and touch that again if we need to. There's somebody close to me, though. 10 seconds. We're looking at the clock. Have we got players moving forward? D.Va is the one we ideally want to get this touch. Reaper's also in a position to do it. 5 seconds. I think we may have to... No, Reaper's got it. Reaper's got it. That would have been nice if we can keep that alive. Mercy could res, like, if this D.Va gets killed, but it's only going to be a little one. I think we're done here. Just going to fade to the objective. Who knows, maybe we sneak another, like, 0.1 meters. Okay. They had big ults available, which is why we wanted to focus on moving the cart as far as we can, rather than thinking, oh, let's go and fight their team.
Switching sides.
Because who knows, those extra few meters that we got by staying on the cart the entire time, maybe that wins us the game. We have 13k healing for 14k healing. Played a very defensive Moira.
Humanity is shackled. I will find the key.
When a
More
Tracer's
field
focusing you as Moira,
research.
so you need to be following your heal orb while you're right-clicking the Tracer. And when you fade, you want to fade... Okay, so Tracer's shooting you like this. Pause. Reload. Pause. Reload. Right. So you know how a Tracer fires. So Tracer starts attacking you. Look for a flat bounce that's predictable, so I would aim like here. I'd follow my heal orb and look to right-click the Tracer. She'll be blinking around, it's hard, but I'm still running on this line. Then, if you're getting really low health, you want it so that when she's fired and gone, pause, reload, as soon as she starts to fire, or just before that next clip, that's when you want to do fade, because you'll disappear and she'll waste half of her bullets on air. And then if she then chases you without reloading again, she's not going to have a full clip, so she's not going to kill you in that whole clip. And that'll buy you time for your cooldowns again. Ramacha's really low. We need a heal Zola. Right, our tank died. Let's put pressure on their supports. So anything we can do, hopefully... Nah, okay, they managed to control it there. This doesn't change that much because it's pretty much a losing fight anyway. There's no way that our team's just going to be able to beat a full team, including Ramacha, when ours has gone down. And it doesn't change anything because look where I am. I'm basically where my tank is. So with another fade, I'm back with my tank. So we don't stagger ourselves or anything, but we give a chance for us to kill the enemy tank because he's not going to get any healing because we put pressure over onto the supports. Right. Damage zone, that should bounce up the ramp and hit them more, unless it's deflected. It didn't look like it was. Our tank's really struggling in this fight here. We've got no resources, so we've got to damage orbit and right click, and now back onto the tank. We've got to fade because Genji's put a lot of pressure on us. Got no resources. Where can we find some? Bounce a damage orb off of a wall. That should bounce around. Genji tried to deflect it, failed because we bounced it on an off angle. We've got no pressure on their supports, and we're really struggling for heals. Right, heal zone because we're under pressure. We're going to Coalescence. If we need to fade it, we're going to. Got to fade the Genji. We'll just get out of there. It doesn't matter where. They've used so many ults on us here that there's no chance we're going to win the fight. Maybe if our Ramacha ult can get online. No, he does go down. So we'll just block the cart. Jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around. Fine.
The payload.
Right, judging by that, it's still very much a struggle. Like, we're struggling to compete with the Ana, even though, actually, we've done way more healing than the Ana has. But our Ramacha is still getting absolutely pummeled. Can we save the Cassidy? Right, damage to bounce down the stairs. It's the opposite of what we were doing on the attack. We know their team's probably going to retreat. Oh, that's going to be brutal. I think our tank's dead here. Right, same thing as before. Our tank dies. Can we put some pressure on the rest of their back line? I guess we still have players live, and our tank just got rezzed. So abort that mission. Where we're going to retreat to is where we fire the orb, and now we can defend it if we took a... take it if we took a bit of damage. We've got low healing, so we want to right-click. Ramachas might die here. Again, we want to get some sort of damage orb out onto them. It pressures them, removes some of their healing, and it gives us resources. Ramacha nearly died to it. I'm going to fade up to where we went before. Damage orb, because there's not a good healing bounce. It's only going to get one flyby, and we'll get some resources from it. He's going to die to this Coalescence by the looks of it. And we're going to fade back behind, see if we can block the cart, do anything to annoy and harass him at this point. Enemy team is seeming like they are the better team right now.
Great minds are always persecuted.
Hey, Black, thank you very much for the sub. First and only streamer? I feel so honored. I'm not worthy. Right, we're going to Coalescence this because we really want to keep our team alive, but they need to be blocking the cart here. We've got to keep the one alive blocking the cart. I'd love to keep him alive. We're going to fade towards them because we can't hand on Nano Ramacha on us. Heal or bounced. It's not the perfect zone. It's not flat, but we can still keep on using it. We'll fade if we take so much damage. I'm looking at only my health here, and I'm just left clicking. Oh! So I was trying to explain it, but actually at that point I was not looking anywhere else on my screen apart from my health. And so I'm just holding left click, sort of spamming around like this. But I'm looking at my health because in the last second I want to fade. And the reason why I want to fade the last second is because I'm currently tanking. I'm tanking damage. If I fade too early, they target somebody else. That damage goes on somebody else, right? I want to use all of my health pool if I can. And then I'll fade to safety. And I mean, in a fight where we're kind of losing it, we want any help that we can get. And if it means that I'm keeping a Ramatra busy for an extra 0.5 seconds, then great. That damage orb, we thought about it, and it should bounce back to where they're playing here. It also hits the Mei in the background. Right, this is scary. We've got to fade the blade, get away from here as much as we can. Damage orb might hit some players on the team, but we need to really get back in and contest this. Right click the Genji. Can we keep anyone alive on the point? We've got to go to the point now. We're contesting it. It's just me. It looks like our team got outclassed here. Fade! Okay, we'll jump around the cart. Jump around, jump around. Nearly had Coalescence, but unfortunately not. Enemy team significantly better than ours. That's fine. We tried to enable our team as much as we could. We were losing the tank versus tank fight. It was a lot of damage coming out on our tank. And also, to be honest, the nanos made such a difference. Like, whenever they did a nano Ramatra ult, we basically just got crushed. Yeah, they are. They are. So this is one of the things in GM. In those situations, I have to be a lot more aggressive, right? But I still feel that even with those games where your hero choice is not optimal and the enemy's going to have situations like that, yeah, you may lose those games. And if you can swap hero or you want to play aggressively, then that would probably give you a better choice. But even losing those games, playing this style at this rank, you should still win more games than you lose, because players at this rank are still leaking value. They're missing shots, they're missing nades, they're making poor decisions, poor positioning.
I will find the key.
If we just play a solid healer at this rank, I think a lot of the 50-50 games that would have been really close, you'll win them. And so it doesn't matter if we lose like a few of those games. I think overall you're still going to rank up just by playing this solid like heal bot, objective focused Moira.
A peaceful reality is within our reach.
I agree, anti-heal should be 50%. And also the healing buff that comes out from grenades shouldn't affect Ana. That's my opinion. It already self-heals her. She shouldn't get both properties.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Okay, we've got a Hammond. Right, I'm going to jump across here, fire the orb, and then immediately drop. And notice how we bounced it kind of flat. Nice shot. It can just deal a bit of damage, pressure some players, and if they're standing up there alone and have no healers with them, then it's quite a nice one to do. But you have to immediately drop off of there, because there's usually so many players waiting. Ball's jumping up top, so can we bounce an orb that meets him up there? Either way, with the ball, we're either gonna... We've got two choices. We follow the ball like crazy, or we focus on the objective. Hanzo is isolated. He's trying to climb. If he climbed there, he dies. He's lucky he failed his climb. But we're still moving the objective. Apply heal over times onto players. Mei's there. Mei's quite a good tank at the moment, so since we haven't got a ball, we can kind of pocket Mei a lot more. Pressure over onto that support. We fade that just to cleanse it. Hopefully Ana doesn't pay me too much attention. I don't need it. I'm safe right now, and I was in cover. If monkey pressures me, I fade. Gotta fade into here. Okay, we take the health back. Right, heal zone and right click the monkey. He cannot kill me alone here. If players come into here, we're gonna fake fade it, right? Watch this. So we showed our intent of where we were going to fade to, and then we just went back here again, and we can just wait here for our team. They have no idea that we're here. Well, they might do now. She made a lot of noise. That's one of my signature moves, the fake fade, right? Hanzo's quite weak there. Right, aggressive Coalescence. Hopefully Anna uses her sleep. We heard it, so now let's go. We could get naded. We want to both pressure the Anna here. Our whole goal isn't necessarily to kill her, but we want to also try and put pressure on the rest of their team. Right, bounce a flat heal orb. We can play on this zone. There's a dragon coming in. That's on the objective. Monkey's quite low. Kiriko unlucky. There was a res as well. Let's fade around to here. Damage off for pressure. If Monkey attacks us here, we're in a bit of trouble. See if we can get some heals over onto our team. You went in the bubble. I can't save you there. Heal zone. Right click. Anything for self-sustain. We're keeping ourselves alive first, and then we'll look to apply stuff onto our team. There's our heal orb again. There's Monkey. Right. Same thing. Right click. If we get stuck, we're going to fade. We fade. We just baited the Cassidy ability out of us. Same orb again. We're just going to fire it. We don't need to follow it now because we're low health, but it bounced back so we can follow it here. We're keeping a track on that orb, but we know where it's going to be because we're firing it in the same place each time. Same thing again. We've got to fade if the soldier attacks us now. Oh, fade back. We're going to Coalescence this time. See if we can keep our team alive. We're surviving really well here. Pressure on the Cassidy because he's been free shooting over that side for quite a while. As soon as our it expires, same orb again. We're going to follow it forward. We're full health. It's going to bounce back. We need our orb. We need our orb. We need our orb. We didn't get our orb in time. We got booped away from it, so we've got to now find some cover. Unlucky. We tried our absolute hardest. We got loads of healing out, loads of damage out. Kept ourselves alive. Got loads of abilities out. Honestly, we can't play that better. 0.13 meters remaining. It's unfortunate, but we know that they're going to have to be players on the cart.
Don't let up. We don't have much time.
Thanks for the wall, mate. Damage orb, why not? See if we can pressure him out of that position. Right. We need some... Oh, it's unlucky. Right. Do we need to be the ones to touch the cart? We can fade and jump right from around here. Let's do it. Anything we can. Right. If we're under pressure, we fade. We can't keep them alive. It looks like we might end up with just... Oh, Kiriko. Nice. We can keep him alive. We're following our heal orb. That might have hit the floor. No, we can still follow this one. We've made a plane. It doesn't heal Aristo, so she's going to need support. Got to fade for this. Oh, we didn't get the heal orb off. With 0.13 meters as well. That's disappointing. But I felt like we did all we could. 7k healing. Yeah, I mean, we played that really well. But unfortunately, again, the enemy team, very strong.
0-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Pure class.
So I like seeing these picks from our DPS because if you have a look, that's 4 minutes 44 in the game. And both of our DPS, like on average, if you average them out, are like 2k. Compare it to the enemy DPS on 7.7k and 4.4k. We're suffering. So, I mean, I know we had a May, so that's usually reasonably low damage. By the way, to get to the high ground, hit fade, then hit jump. So we were really lacking damage, and they've picked two heroes which, if you're not good at putting out damage, with these two heroes you will be putting out quite a bit of damage. Right, normally I'd like to defend up here and I'd bounce a heal orb up and down, but I don't think our ball's going to stay here for very long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce an orb somewhere on this corner just to hit people, and then I'm going to fade back and assess the situation. They've got a Pharah. I don't think our ball's going to stay there. So it's not a home for me. Bastion might be the one that we have to use as our tank. Unfortunately, he's antied. So let's go here. Bounce the damage orb. Maybe we can get a kill. We can. So we're blocking the car. Remember, they've got to get it all the way. There's Mercy going for a res by the looks of it. Damage orb. Maybe we kill her on the way. She'll res the Anna, but we blocked the payload. So that was the primary goal. Since we'd lost players and we've got to defend the first point, any time we can waste is good time to waste.
for the parched. Reforming you.
So our Ashe is going to be a counter here for our Pharah, and you're in a corner where you're not going to be able to get out. And you're waiting for a health pack when you're full health. This is not... I'm not going to invest resources into our Ashe right now. That's shown me that they weren't very good. And I can't... I'm not going to make a bad player good, right? Yeah, our team's been outclassed. We're outclassed on this one. It's a little bit of a loss streak here. And guess what? That's completely normal.
Now, to start anew. Your end is
By how
within my-
dominant the enemy team is, there's pretty much nothing that we can do about that one. Like, they just outclassed us.
Play of the game.
But again, really happy with how I played that on the attack. If you can play like that and that style, you will win so many of those fights. Like, just bouncing the flat orb, following the orb, healing your team up, right-clicking when you need to, fading when you're in danger. Keep doing that. That is like the staple of good Moira play.
Traveling to New Queen Street.
Right, Orisa. A nice tank to see when you're playing Moira. Orisas generally can't get away from you very easily. And they provide
Humanity
good
is
cover,
shackled.
and they're scary, so...
I will find the key.
Who's our second DPS going to be? No, I made this account new for Overwatch 2.
5,
Spent ages ranking it up.
2,
Or leveling it up even.
objective unlocked in 30 seconds.
I'm here to support.
No, I don't see too many. Right, Orisa's kind of slow. Not going to need healing right away, so let's just bounce an orb. Symmetrical, so if they came out the same way that we did, it would hit them. We're hearing a lot of footsteps over here. Right, bounce that, that should pressure them. Actually, lots of their team are going over there, so we can take the objective side. Took a little bouncer there. We again fire some damage orbs. I'm going to try and avoid this Junkrat spam. It's very hard to avoid it. That damage orb might hurt us. Heal orb forward to heal me, and I need some resources, so is there something I can right click? I'm sure we can. Gonna fade back in a second if we take much more damage. We're running really low on resources. Nice res from the Mercy. That's the end of our resources. Oh no, I desperately need some. Desperately need resources. So we'll step right out. There's no... So... Right, I was going to step out and then fade backwards, but when the soldier uses the visor, I need to... If I fade, I might just end up in the soldier's crosshair. So what I want to do instead is wait until the soldier shoots me. Or someone starts shooting me and I'm forced to fade. So we did gain quite a bit of distance. We do have our ultimate ready. We've got a dead Bastion here. He's isolated, right? So we have damage orb, Coalescence. Let's see if we can put some pressure on him. Right. Now this window is really cool, because you can block the objective from the window just by standing here. So if we right-click something and keep the orb bouncing, they can't move this car. Someone has to come around and attack me. And we can stay here and buy a lot of time for our team. So again, I'm just right-clicking anything and just keeping those orbs going. Junkrat can kill me with a nade, but let's just see how long we can survive. Orisa's blocking it in that window. See, we've inspired our team to take up that window position.
Not on my watch.
Orisa's quite tanky as well. They're not pushing it any further. Right, she's had to give up that position by the looks of it. But that is going to save us from the forward spawn. So if we can push forward. Right, we know he went in there, so we're looking in there for the tire. Right clicks whenever we can. Whenever she's looking, her health is looking good, we want to right click. Damage or put some pressure, hopefully it intimidates somebody. Oh, okay. That's good. He uses the visor, but they're going to get the forward spawns here. Right, we need to add a bit more aggression into our game. Mostly for right clicks to help resources. The damage orbs aren't getting us enough resources back for the amount of healing that we need. So we need to add more right clicking.
Misery made manifest.
Our team is staggering quite hard here though. Come on, Orisa. Flat or bounce. Turns out we don't need it yet, but we will need it now. Oh, we've got to fade this. We had 27 health. That was actually a bad time to Coalescence. We could have just dropped and lost that. There's a weak player down there that I'm trying to focus while also healing my team. Flat or bounce, same thing. Nice. Oh, I'm in a trap. Get ready to fade if I see any damage coming in. There's damage coming in. We can't escape the trap. Got to really watch this res, but that's the res. Fade if soldier starts shooting us. Until then, we don't want to just panic fade.
You cannot escape me.
We saw an enemy up there. Listen to the sounds when people take damage. You hear Mercy went, That's our cue to say Mercy may need some healing. We tried with our heal orb. We heard the sound again, but we've got to heal ourselves with a heal orb, so, and get some resources back. Fade back because we were low health. This is tough, guys. This is tough. Yeah, the soldiers got more damage than both of our DPS combined.
Great minds are always persecuted.
No, we can't go that way. We know they've got to come this way. We might be able to kill Junkrat here. Nice jump away. The orb's still bouncing around there, though. Right, can we block the objective from getting any more progress until they at least... Hey, look, they're leaving the objective. Okay, we've got to fade back. They noticed us.
Surrender to my will.
I want to line up my body so I can hit them and heal.
Eyes open now.
We need to be blocking this cart from making progress. Anything we can do to step out. Follow my heal orb. We bounced it there, so it's going to travel down towards our Orisa or someone there. I don't want to get stuck in that trap later on. Get in the room, heal orb, and we'll fade if the soldier comes around and starts hitting us a lot. Soldier's weak, and he's also carried, so it was worth doing that. Orisa's in trouble. Heal orb. It was just a panic heal orb at the Orisa. Try and get some healing. We're struggling. We're struggling. Cassidy. He's trying to get a teleport for the Kiriko. We didn't want to teleport. Right, the bot's over there. Our team's going in that direction. Hopefully we got it through. Did we hit the top? No. So we look where the bot is, where our team's going, and see if we can line that up. We know there's an enemy in there. Let's ping him. That flat bounce we did earlier should follow our team through. Can we keep our Bastion alive and our Orisa? Got a tire here. We don't want to be part of the group that gets killed by the tire, so we just run away. Heal the Orisa again. Our Orisa's struggling in this matchup. We're going to Coalescence, but we need to make sure that everything's alright. We fade back. Can we save the Orisa? We can't, unfortunately. So we want to be blocking the bot as well. We do still have players alive. Oh, this is a brutal set of games here. It's really tough to compete when enemy soldier has double the damage of our DPS. Like, I would have to start making up a significant amount of the DPS, and I don't want to do that because educational series, right? Yeah, the fade during Cole is great. It means we can use it quite a few times. We saw the soldier flanking. There's a Coalescence active, so let's heal up. That soldier's still behind us. I don't think we can save him on this. It is starting to feel like he is a bit smurfy. Right, running out of time here.
Path to walk. Eyes open now.
Damage up. We need to start making our way out against their team. Marissa's already there. We've got to watch out for that Junkrat that we saw to the right. Let's see if we can fade into a better position. That's big ult. Can we supplement it? Can we supplement it? Mercy didn't die. Can we get the kill on the Mercy? And the soldier, right. There's still that... Oh, hang on. We've still got big fights over here. That should chase the Moira.
Within my reach.
Nice heal orb. She knows what she's doing, kind of. Right, we need this to get to the middle here. We want to block these forward spawns. That's going to give us the best chance to win. Right, we got it to there. That was our goal. Soldiers in the window. We don't have too much time to waste. We've got so much ground to make up. You're isolated, so I target that player. Can I get some healing over onto... Yes. Damage orb, but we've got to get some cover. Should have healed the Orisa earlier there. That was a bit of a mistake. We just fade. Soldier's going to fight us here. We're just following our heal orb, right-clicking him and jumping. See how it keeps us alive? We hear footsteps. Oh, Hanzo. Heal orb. Follow it. Okay.
Great minds are
Need an absolute miracle here.
I offer something more.
In terms of my effectiveness, if you see, look at the amount of healing that our teams receive. We've been putting out massive heal numbers, yet it's still not enough. Oh, Hanzo. Didn't see the Hanzo there. When we've been putting out like 14k, well 15k and 13k healing, but they've been putting out 14k and 12k damage numbers, right? So again, even though this game is a loss, I'm not, like, how I played is fine. It's, again, this is where it comes down to like Blizzard matchmaking, something you can't control. So if you keep playing games the way that I've just played this game, you'll win more games than you lose at this rank. But we do have to unfortunately deal with the lottery sometimes. Do what we can to keep him alive. We're overtime now. Let's just have some fun. We're not winning this game regardless. They'll just... Even if I GM this... Like, even if I go full-on GM on this game, we're not winning it because they'll just have some ultimates, which I won't be able to compete against. So let's see how close we can make it. And to be honest, if we make it like really close to the end of, which we shouldn't do, I'll just like deliberately make a mistake. I said we'll GM it now, right? Ah.
We have to stop them. It's our last chance.
It's not going to change the result of it.
Caught in a storm.
We got a Mei alone. We haven't yet got the point to the forward spawn location.
Come on, everyone.
Like, we've still got to push it there. We've still got the pause, and then we've still got to do the entire ramp without losing a fight. So even if I was playing my very, very best here, we're not winning this game. But let's see what happens.
Surrender to my will.
Let's see if we could turn up the carry potential. Can we turn on the carry potential? For the record, I don't want to win this game. Like, as of now. Playing like this, I don't want to win it. So if we get even close, I'm just going to deliberately make a big mistake. Let's see the difference that a GM Moira can make to this game. There's the ults I was talking about. Big Mei ult, big Mei ult. Okay, we're a bit too close, so I'm going to kind of go throw now. I am going to go throw. Someone shoot me. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Like, I don't want to give our team a win here, because we should have lost it, right? But you see, there's a chance there that we could have just won this game. Because the whole point of the University Series is not to just be a GM player playing in plat, right? That is not the point of this series. So I refuse to just suddenly become a GM player playing in plat and win the game, because how are you going to learn from that? You guys won't have the option. Yeah, this is in plat, right? You guys don't have the option to suddenly become a GM player playing in plat if you're a plat player, right? So it's, yeah, exactly. Ghosty put it much better than me. Not everybody has a GM switch, right? So why should, if I'm making this educational, we need to know how to accept losses, okay? We need to know when there's a team difference and stuff. I just wanted to highlight, like, okay, what would happen if I play in this style, right? And I believe at that point we could have probably won the game. So, but we're not trying to play with all those little bits of value here, all of those right clicks. This is meant to be an educational. Like, some players, they do their Unranked to GM series and they play like a GM and they stomp everyone in low ranks and they say, hey, look, if you play GM, you play like a GM player playing in plat, hey, guess what? You're going to get to GM. All good. That's really educational. Guys, the takeaway lesson from today is be a GM player. There you go. Have you all learned everything? Is this going to benefit you? Like, if you want that education, your best bet is to tune into my regular streams where I'm actually playing in GM, and then you can see what a GM player does. It's going to be of no benefit to, like, see how a GM player plays against plat players. No benefit at all. So we can't even say, oh, Arx, like, you deliberately threw a game, it's really bad. We would have lost that game. If I was a plat player playing in that game, if I'm a platinum Moira playing in that platinum game, we lose that game right there. So it's not throwing the game. This is like anti-smurf, right? We definitely would have lost that game. They had several ults. They've got Mei. Like, we had to do a lot of work. We're distracting Soldier. We're doing a lot of stuff, right, that a plat Moira is just not going to do. So let's just be clear on that. It's not a, oh, I want the loss. This is a, no, let's keep things fair for the players that we're playing against. We're trying to play like a diamond player who's only just about diamond, who's trying to rank up through plat. Right. So we've got low health players here. Let's see if we can get some heals on them. Junker Queen does need attention, but we don't want to overextend and get too much pressure from, because DPS will be playing over there. So we don't want to just step out in the open as, like, unless we really have to. But we can take a little bit of damage. We have a support passive, so we can be a target a little bit of time. Right. Okay, this was a mistake because their tank actually died already, so we were kind of even. But we'll see what we can accomplish here, and can we get back to our team. So I said at the start that what we're going to do is when our tank gets killed, we're going to fade back to the supports, because that gives us the best chance of eliminating their tank. But we also killed their tank at the same time that they killed ours, so the fade wasn't needed. We didn't need to fade in it, and actually we shouldn't have really survived that. Damage orb, that'll bounce back. Junker Queen's playing in that corner again. As much as I want to heal her, I'm hoping I can catch her when she retreats. We've got to watch out for players going through here. It's just damage orb, and we have to give up the high ground. Be aware of the threats that will come from over there. It looks like they've all grouped from here. That's nice for us because we can fire all sorts of orbs down there. There is a Genji on us. Right, we'll try and right click because we have reliable damage. Moira's damage is very reliable. It's good at oh, hello. What are you doing? Notice how even that orb, I aimed it. I didn't just fire it down here. I aimed it at that flat wall there so that it would bounce out. We're going to do the same with a heal orb to try and get to the Cassidy, who just went on a crazy high noon. We've still got our tank. but we may need to coal this to keep her alive and do that. Now Shatter's a problem, so we want to keep distance. Visor's also a problem. We do have our Fade available. We can use that now. Ryan is antied, so we desperately want to capitalize on that damage. Try and keep our Junker Queen alive as much as we can. Kiriko's low. We can push this a little bit, but I don't want to overextend way too much. So we'll fire an orb. He may deflect it, and it may cost our Tracer's life, but he didn't. See if we can persuade the team to group up. See if we can persuade the team to group up. We really don't lose our Junker Queen, especially when Shatter's coming in. Thank you for the resources. That was unlucky that the Tracer slowed the heal orb getting to the Junker Queen. We still need to watch the Shatter. He hasn't used it yet, right? So we're just trying to keep on this high ground for now. At this point now, I'm happy if he Shatters because we really want him to use it. Because they're kind of winning the point. So if I can make him Shatter us, that'll be good because we get the ultimate out of him. He's not using it. We're trying to get him to use it. Now we don't want him to use it because we're going to lose our Junker Queen to it.
Progress is seldom won with ease.
Right, it's still a really good first point hold, right? They've only got 33 seconds left. It'd be nice if the Ryan Shatters here again. He's not using it, and so I believe he's still got it. I could have lost track of it. Let's just get some distance on them. Heal Orb, that'll create a little mini zone if we take any damage. There's a Widowmaker we can see thanks to the Sonic Arrow. I've got an itch, so I'm just going to scratch that. That's not part of the educational series, that is just life. Damage Orb around the corner. See if we can get some healing. Our tank's in a bit... Oh, that ain't our tank. That's our Tracer. Junker Queen does not look like a tank, which is sometimes misleading. Again, bounce around the corner. Follow our Junker Queen. But trying to stay in the cover because we're worried about the Shatter. Looking at the Ryan's body language, because he's going to rotate. While he's antied, we want to help with the right clicks as much as we can. Junker Queen's on good health, so we'll see if we can heal her hands up. She looks like she's going to push forward. She did. Right, will they group up? Ryan's come in. Damage Orb for resources because it means that we know that's going to hit people, so we can afford to waste some resources on players, right? Now, if I get really far range, he'll go for me next, possibly. Yeah, that's okay because we can just like hit you. If he goes for me, we can fade. Ryan's anti, so we want to attack. Get ready to fade this Shatter. I'm still scared of it. I haven't heard him use it. Now, maybe he did, and I don't know about it, but let's just be safe. Okay, where are you going, Tracer? Because your healers were here. Dodge the Fire Strike. Again, there's some big ults here. I'm terrified that they're just going to Shatter. I must have missed it. There's no way that Ryan holds it this long, right? Ah, there it is. Fade back, unfortunately. We've got a player flanking around there. We'll see if we can damage Orb. Oh, nice. That was... We didn't plan for that much of a precision bounce. Okay. Damage Orb in there. See if we can get a heal. We know our tank should be alright for a minute. Because there's not much damage in there.
You will be renewed.
Some people really don't like to use ults. If Farah looks at me, we fade. Straight into a wall, apparently, but we still faded out of there. Diva's anti. Our Junker Queen's playing really well. Like, really well. Like, really well. Remember the last games? Like, we lose because they've just got better teammates and stuff. Well, this is one that, as of now, it looks like there's a good chance we can win it, depending on how good the enemy team are on the defense. Because we may have the better team. Like, we're not playing any different. Diva was weak. Gotta watch out for that line, like, there's gonna be a lot of damage. Players are full health. The damage all bounces off that back wall and keeps hitting players that are running around here. She was low. Nice res. Watch out for the squish. That squish. We're gonna have Coalescence. Diva's anti. Can we pop our mech? We can. Run away from the Tracer. We don't need to play close, like, point blank range here. We can accomplish it just with this, right? off the back wall because she's got to contest the cart. The orb will kill her. Oh, no, Kiriko in to save the day. But they don't touch it. So Junker Queen's playing exceptionally good. 8.7k damage, 23 limbs. Like, generally crushing it. Which is really good because that's who we want to pocket.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I did consider calling the account Moira Uni, but by having it as OW University, I can, it doesn't have to exclusively be Moira. And also, where you've put the capitalization, if you have a look on the scoreboard, we don't get that capitalization.
Why?
So I want to make sure that the word university was in there.
Consider the railgun before you decide.
So who knows, maybe at some point this gets used for a Hanzo or Torb University series.
Much lies in
Torb one's the best one, by the way.
Let us see to it.
You count on me, I count on you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Apply heal over times to our team. Heal over teams. There's a D.Va there. I was going to throw a damage orb, but she had defense matrix active. So maybe if we throw an orb in here, if Junker Queen retreats, she can use that orb. Resources are half. Can we right click anything? Well, we could, but we had to kill turrets. Flat bounce we can play on this line. Lost the player. Mercy goes for the res. Nice res. Good reaction from the D.Va as well to try and block it. We're a bit stuffed with damage orbs here, so we're going to have to right click a lot more. Oh. Okay. Now we're not stuffed with damage orbs, so we can fire damage orbs. We know this player's up there. Gotta get her before the squish comes in. Kiriko's a bit isolated as well.
The enemy team has been vanquished.
So we had to make a minor adaptation there. When there's a D.Va, we go back to pre-damage orb buff, where we're gonna have to fire heal orbs, and we're gonna have to right click. So we fire the heal orbs on areas that we know that we can play in, and that means that we can afford to take a little bit of damage and step out. Team, we're taking some damage here. Let's see if the orb gets round to them. Mercy, I want to keep you alive, but I need to get back to the objective. We could have played out here, by the way, and waited for the objective to push. We know the Mercy's coming around. And they're not defending the cart, so we just win this one.
Victory.
So the previous games where we got absolutely crushed, hey look, this game we absolutely crushed. And we didn't change anything. We were still playing the same level of ability and the same sort of style that we were playing in the previous games. But now there's a difference in team, and so we're quite happy to accept those losses, knowing that as long as we keep on playing... Oh, Smurf! That was dirty. Yeah. So maybe we had the Smurf Junker Queen this game, right? Maybe they had the Smurf Soldier last game. Balance is out. Okay. So again, don't want to suddenly turn up the GM because they've got a Smurf and then be a silver to plat player while we've got the Smurf, right? It's not going to help. This is not a sprint. If I was trying to just race an account to GM, by the end of the day, we're GM. So we're not doing that. It might be entertaining. It's also mean on the players in your games, and it's not educational.
Humanity is shackled. I will find the key.
Like a GM series that I respect, which is a noob stomp, is the Franz GM, Unranked GMs, because they are heroes that he doesn't play, and it's actually, for a lot of them, he's learning the hero while he's playing them. So it's different if he just went, oh, okay, I'm going to do a Soldier 76 unranked to GM. No, I don't respect that. But he did his Mercy one, right? And he's effectively learning the hero. And I'm on about a top tier player. It was very interesting to watch because he's learning Mercy as he's playing it. He does not have much experience playing her. But somebody who just plays their main hero and then just noob stomps, it's not that educational. Can we get around the other side of the wall? We may have to fade if we get put in danger. Right, tank's dead. Supports. Let's pressure these supports up. So these supports are currently not healing. Their tank didn't die, but a lot of their other players did. Right, damage orb. That'll bounce. Hopefully it bounces back again even more. There's a Mei here. We're still contesting the point. We're safe on the other side of the wall. They're not getting the capture point for free here. Damage orb. There we go. So we lost our tank, so we instantly went disruptive mode, right? Damage orb for the respawners. Brig's dead. So nothing too complicated there. Tank goes down, we fade, we be a target, we set up a heal zone like this, and then we just right click. The kills don't matter. The fact that players turned around to look at us meant the fight that was going on over here, we managed to come out on top in that fight. If we didn't fade, all of their team would be moving in this direction, and we would just be a player down in a 4v5. There's no... We haven't separated the fight into like a 2v2 and a 2v3 or anything along those lines. Where's the Ryan going? Puts pressure on our soldier. Players are under there, so let's bounce an orb there. It might go round to the other side. We can't really help our backline. We've got to help win this tank fight. Oh, we've got to fade. We're taking low damage. Right. Heal orb back to our team. Follow the heal orb. We're going to Coalescence, but watch out for Shatter, so we're going to keep range. I don't know if he'll have it, but he was active for quite a lot of the last fight. So he could have it. Keeping damage on the enemy tank. And... Okay. Well, Ryan just wanted to demoralize the enemy team, right? There's some psychology. Okay, yeah, I won't sell that. I won't sell that as an educational thing to do. It would have that effect, but I won't sell it as something which you should try and do. Yeah. Now, enemy Ryan is going to be furious, and he is going to want to shatter. Right. We want to stay on the point as long as possible. We fade if we take another shot. Heal orb here. Follow it. We get to our tank. We still want to follow our heal orb line. You see how we're following it? Blah, blah, blah. Get an extra few % on the point.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So it most certainly was not a demoralizing ult, actually. It inspired the enemy team to go, hey, you call that a shatter? This is a shatter. Right, so far we won the first fight, and our team hasn't really had a... We haven't tested what our team's attacking ability's like. And it's winning the first fight, we weren't really attacking the point, everyone was attacking, right? There's a Bob there, let's heal all the Bob and see if we can keep the Bob alive. Bob's out of position a bit, we took a shot from the Cassidy, so we fade back. Let our support passive heal us. Bounce a damage orb there. This Cassidy's still annoying, we want to ping him because he is kind of threatening right now. Fade that. Yeah, listen out for sounds, guys. We heard a Ryan pin there. That might have been a little bit too GM. That might have been a bit too GM, I'm sorry. It's instincts. It is actually very difficult for me to turn off, like, certain instincts. I should have just let that Ryan pin me, but I heard him to my left, so it was like, okay, we hear the charge speed, we fade it. That's from experience, right? I'm sorry. That's not educational. I mean, it sort of is, but it shouldn't have happened in this game. So he's low. Oh, no, we don't need to heal him. Hey, we accidentally killed him. Damage orb. The same zone that we were playing before. Let's see if we can put in some damage. Gonna have to fade all the way backwards to our team. Looks like we're gonna give up the objective here unless Ryan touches it. Right. I think we can still win this fight. We'll try and keep our Zen alive. Mei's probably gonna ice block, but at least we forced that out of her. Kiriko is down. Okay. Is Ryan going to charge to get back in again? Oh, you just got saved. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. I did explain it, but it yeah.
Score 1-0.
Right, let's grab a drink.
Knowledge is its own reward.
I think we're plat 4 right now. And I also believe we're 2 wins, 3 losses into it. Which is fine. We're still playing... If we keep playing this like this, we will rank up. So, I don't care what... We could have negative series, like, we could have positive ones. Eventually, if we keep playing like this, we rank up. Which means if any of you guys who are around plat played this style, you too would rank up. A realistic pace, not a GM player playing in plat. Right. Ryan is very isolated. We're going to need heals, but we've got to think about our resources. So we're burning quite a lot on him. Maybe too much. Maybe didn't need that much heals. So, watching the high ground up here. I'm going to kill those railings in case I need to right-click something. They are isolated over there. We're pinning the isolated targets down. Got to fade back. Ryan's going to go down. We accidentally fell off of there. So now it looks like we've got new friends. That orb should bounce back towards us, so... Yeah, it does. So if we keep playing on that like zone... So I need a combination, because it's a tank, I need a combination of pressuring the support and keeping our DPS alive. And it's really difficult because that Orisa doesn't die here. So if we keep her low and can keep our DPS alive... So we've got to kind of mix and match, really. Because we don't just want our Soldier 76 and me healing them. It's going to be very difficult to kill the Orisa. She's going to have armor. Kiriko's going to heal it up. We're going to run out of resources. So instead, if we can pressure the support out, make her miss some of the healing, and just get enough heals over onto the soldier. Right, we need some damage orbs because we need resources. I should have thrown one earlier. Right, we've got Coalescence. I could go flat here and attack, but I kind of want to wait for that. No, I can't. The wall's in the way. Pressure him, he'll run away. He's low health, he can't stay here. Looks like he's coming back again for more, but that's because I guess he's got a healer down there with him. Only takes a couple of right clicks, right? Cassidy's not going to walk around there with 1/3 of his health. He's happy to stand there while he's full. Get some resources back off Kiriko. Heal over time on Ashe. We're hearing him here again. Again, he's going to run away. Damage orb will make him permanently run away. Fade out of that. Oh, he flanked. We're dead. We're not dead. We're okay. Ryan's dead. Right, we need some pressure on their supports. Pressure on the supports. Right, their Orisa died. You see what I mean? We go and pressure the supports. Their tank dies. Now we're in a good situation because it's DPS versus and supports versus DPS and supports. So the second that we lost our tank, we go pressure. Their tank gets less healing, jumps straight into our DPS who are panic going, oh, and shooting the tank. Their tank goes down. We're lucky to survive. But even if we don't survive there, we're in a much better position than we would have been. Cassidy's like to come this direction a lot. There's a Lucio coming into touch point. Okay. Nice. So at the start of the stream I said, look, if our tank dies first, what I want to do, because I want to try and add more aggression elements into this series, because so far we've played very basic heal bot Moira. So, there's not really been reasons to fade. Like, I normally use my fade for aggression, so right now we're not using the aggression, so I don't really need the fade. So yeah, at the start of the series, I said, look, when we lose our tank at the start of a fight, we're just going to fade through. And it's going to be very hard for me not to just be a GM player in their backline. But I'm trying to just really get players to turn around and not necessarily get the kills on them. And when the players turn around, I want you to see on the kill feed what happens. Because that's where I'm looking. A lot of the time, I'm looking on the kill feed. Because I want to go, have we killed their tank? Because if we've killed their tank, I've done my job. My play there is already a success. My team won't recognize that, right? What my team will assume happened is they killed the enemy tank, and I've just gone and inted into their backline, right? That's what they'll see. And then if we lose the fight, I'll get the blame because they'll be like, hey, look, we could have won that, but you entered into the backline. And it's like, no. The reason why you killed the tank is because I'd removed the enemy's healing by being really annoying. And I may have even removed some of their DPS, which means you don't take the damage anyway. So that is one of the most basic aggressive strategies that you can do. Be brave. If you lose your tank first, get into their backline, distract as many players as possible. Because this Rhine, let's say our Rhine kills their tank, he's going to run forward because he's like, aha, there's no enemy tank to face me, I'm invincible. And he would normally be if he got both healers healing him. But if he's got no healers healing him, he'll quickly find himself in trouble. And then there's no way to get out. He'll have used all of his abilities to get closer to our team. They get absolutely screwed by it. So it's a super effective strategy that would work pretty much in every single rank. I use it in GM. It will work in the lower ranks as well. Right, look what we can do here. We can put a nice little orb and we can kind of play here. Maze Anti will get some healing onto there if possible. Right, I need to know where players are playing from. There's a lot down there. That orb's going to get no bounce, but it might get us some resources back at a time when we'd struggle for them. Torb's here. Ryan's in trouble. Sorry, Ryan. Heal orb. We'll make it up to you, I swear. Right-click resources and also kills the Xayah. We'll fade this because of Torb's on us. Damage orb. I'm not too... Oh, we're out of resources, but right-click. See if we can give May a bit of love. There's a turret there. Let's ping that. Ryan does go down. Heal orb. Oh, Mercy messes the res up. We're following the heal orb and looking for anything to right-click. May is doing work. I wish I invested more resources into her, but... Hey, you just shot her through the wall.
Bothersome.
Rude. Okay, we're going to be a bit staggered here, so hopefully our Ryan groups a bit, but we can still use this time to take position, so don't run main. I mean, you can go main, but I just want to, like, make some noise somewhere else so that they don't invest all of their resources here. I'll join you, and hopefully you recognize that. But if I just go out here and make some noise, they're going to think that, oh, we're pushing through top, and their eyes may be drawn there a bit.
Eyes open now.
Right, heal zone. It covers both doorways. It's only 300 heals, but it can be quite useful. We've got somebody pushing in very aggressively. Can we get in here and create a heal zone? Fade that to cleanse because we can build some ult charge. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're a bit trapped here, so let's just go full DPS. We're not winning this fight. See if we can get a kill without doing anything. Fade back then. I might stagger myself here, but we'll try and run. Round some cover, and we're safe. We've got ultimate. Oh, so we could just take that. Although we could have given it to our second support. I think it would have recharged by then. Right, we've got a lot of ults to use. If we use mine early, we may have a chance in an overtime to use an ult. So I'm going to use it. It'll encourage our team to push forward. Use it to just kill turret if we need to then. Okay, our team needs to push forward with that. Can we help our Genji out? Okay. That works. We just use a huge number of ults. But we capped the point, and we only had a minute left, so that's absolutely fine. I expect us to lose the next fight because of the ults that we used. We're going to have a Kiriko ult. I'd rather her not use it because we've got to deal with a lot of stuff right now. And the fact is, our team should be pushing really far forward to get these ults out of them fast. There's our ult. There's their one. Now where's the grab? Where's the Torb ult? Okay, there's a, what's that, nano? Yeah. So this was the enemy's fight. They used more ults than they needed to, which is good for us. Damage orb, that's going to bounce in a zigzag and hopefully go around the corner and keep getting damage out. It's unfortunate, she's kind of weak. And Xayah's high energy. Bounce another damage orb, we want to pressure players and get resources back. Xayah overextended. A little bit in help to our damage orb. Can we get supports down here? Oh wait, is he behind us? I heard the high noon and I heard he wasn't in front of us. So as soon as he wasn't in front of us, it was like, hey, we better fade this, because if he's not that way, he must be that way.
A taste of poison.
That little extra second to make sure it's flat and not hitting the trees over there. Oh my god, have we just killed the Torb? Have we? No. Right. We do have an ult. There's nothing to combo with. We're going to use it to intimidate the team backwards a little bit. Are they going to run? We want to shoot as many people as possible. Get them to run away. Damage orb there, Zaya. Don't go into the goo. Stay out of the long grass. Okay. Damage orb. Again, that zigzag. Off of that wall, that wall, that wall, that wall. And it should pressure their front line to their supports and deal the max 200 damage. Hey Reaper, you're very low health. Let's heal you. And use the cart for cover here. Our team are doing very well. Can we keep the Zyra alive? It's really like important to keep the Zyra alive because she retains her energy into the next fight. Anybody else dies here, it's like, whatever, you can, it's fine. But Zyra has benefits to staying alive. Yeah, overusing ults really is. Off the back wall, but we're stuck on the objective for now. Hey, Vortex, thank you very much for the raid. We want to keep her alive. We desperately want to get our Coalescence here. Right, we're stuck in grab. Heal the Mercy with Fade. Okay. Okay, she's dead then. Heal zone. We'll build the rest of our ult. Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi. Right. We got our ultimate. We gave them a bit more ult than we needed to, but whatever. It does demonstrate Moira's survivability.
The payload has been stopped. We must get it moving again.
Yeah, every second that you're holding on your ultimate for, you are losing value because you are not building up your next one. All this healing that I'm doing right now is not generating any ult charge for me. We know they've used grab, so maybe we can like use this to intimidate the enemy team a bit. We'll fade back if we take another shot. We've got to fade back anyway. Nice kill by the Reaper. Great, goes straight in, kills the High Noon. Damage orb as your reward for that. Thank you very much, that was great. Zaya's going to go down. Our Mercy looked like she was taking damage, so we wanted to try and get some view on her. Now, who's the players who are staying in the group? Hey, Moira, get off my team. So we can kill her. Now, Moira's still there. We're going to fade. We didn't need to fade, actually. I was going to say, we're going to fade over the Torb stuff to get to our team, because otherwise we're just standing there being useless. Okay, we just got to kill her. We want to prioritize damage here. Watch the Reaper. Oh, Reaper diff, assist.
Thank you.
Complete.
Girl, the Mahal. You cannot escape.
Score 3.
So that's good. We put out good healing and pretty good damage. 49 seconds left. It's a good time.
Prepare your defenses.
Guys, who do you think were the best players on my team? Like, out of the other players. Who, in your opinion, were the carries? Like, who were playing really well?
Humanity is shackled. I
want to know.
Follow the rules.
I always say, right, we want to make good players great. We don't want to make bad players good. Fade jump, by the way. Yes, you can make that. So, who was good on our team? Like, if you had to analyze this game right now and say, okay, who's a good player that I want to make great? And who's a bad player that I don't want... I'm giving you the stats board. Could you base it on stats if you haven't been paying attention? Yeah, you could do. You could say, well, look. So, even though our Ashe has got kills, has our Ashe had a Mercy pocket the whole time? Because if they have, the Genji's putting out higher damage numbers than an Ashe with a pocket. So maybe the Genji's crazy. Zaya's obviously been putting out loads of damage. We have been pocketing the Zaya. As of right now, I don't think there's any need to change it. We don't, like... The input that we're putting onto our team, like the healing and stuff, and focusing on our Zaya primarily, has been... It's been working, right? So we don't need to change it. There's a Cassidy up there. We orb just to pressure him. A bit like we were doing before. Is he going to come back round there? Just in case. Now, if you're playing aggressive Moira, you can also look at it the other way. Who's carrying on the enemy team? You want to make the great player just good, right? You don't want to make their good players bad. You want to make their great player just be average. So if we can... Good call on healing. That's a very good time to use it. We weren't under too much pressure. We bounce a heal orb for reliability, and we'll see if we can get some risky heal resources back. It's risky because there's all sorts of things that can one-shot us. We get some resources back. Resources are looking good. It looks like they might flank top. So, is he underneath? We can hear footsteps here. So, only me and the Mercy are aware of this threat, so we want to keep it in check. There we go. Zaya's now aware. That's good. You see how scary the damage orb is for them? Like, that Cassidy had to retreat twice just from one ability. We bounce it in this room. He's like, oh, I'll go get health. I'll go do whatever. So one of the reasons why I'm staying back right now and not pushing with my team is because if I push forward, I'm really concerned that my team are going to push further forward. I want them to struggle here a bit, but not get killed. Because we don't want to be pushing into their spawn where we effectively throw the game, and everyone has this habit of creeping forward. Scouting up there for see if that hits anyone. I'm listening for... there's a hog in here. We can hear the footsteps. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We need to strafe about so that we dodge the hook. We've got to go defensive with our Cole because they've got a rally and a Coalescence. They are going to out... Like, any damage that I deal to people, they're just going to... like out heal it. So we go immediately defensive with our Coalescence. See if we can heal Bob because Hansa was shooting. Watch the dragon. Gonna fade out of this. See if... Oh, Hog's so low. Can we get him? Now keep the Zaya alive. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that. Right. We fade. Okay, he didn't fire. We try and wait to give him a realistic amount of charge up time so that he actually shoots it. Because if we fade that too early, then we're just standing there. We could move position. That's an option, but it's really hard to get to a position where he's not just going to immediately kill us.
You cannot escape.
I don't know where they're coming from, but I hear footsteps. That sounds like top. No, someone bottom. That was lucky. We stood on here and we just managed to use it for cover. Rick's kind of low. Heal our Genji. Damage orb down there to really mess up anyone who's in there. Now, where else are we going to be losing the fight? Oh, I was late on the fade. Looks like the enemy team might cap out this one. It's good that Zaya doesn't have an ult because at this rank you never know if they're just going to use it.
10 seconds remaining.
Damage orb builds some ult charge. It gives ult charge to the enemy team as well, but I like to have as much of my own influence on a game as possible, so I'm quite happy to trade with them so that it's my influence and not my teammates' influence. We have no tank and there's a Roadhog. This is going to be very scary.
You cannot escape me.
I appreciate how far you're playing. That Bob's kind of crazy. He can act as our tank, which is good, and we want to stand behind the Bob to block from the Roadhog hooks and stuff. Right, we're going to have to fade back. Look how far our Rhine is still. Damage orb, we want to scare them a bit. Scare them from just Wing into our team. We're reasonably safe here, but there was someone coming in through that doorway. So now we've got to back to new cover. So we're safe from threats over there, but not here and here. Better way to throw the damage orbs, guys, so they bounce in here a bit. The Moira's throwing them direct. It's not getting any additional bounce damage. Okay, well, we're using this defensively, even though we're killing players, right? They used Rally and Cole again. So if they're using that Cole offensively, Rally's the defensive ult. So the only damage that those two ults provide is going to be Coalescence. Going to fade because we don't know when he's got hook. He hasn't used it in quite a while. And our team should be okay here. It's just a case of not having players get one shot. So they use two ults that can be defensively. Coalescence would be used offensively. We can just counter the offensive Cole, and Rally doesn't do anything apart from keep them alive a bit. So we definitely got a favourable ult trade there. Bounce off of there so it hopefully comes back and hits the bus. Puts some more pressure and forces the Reaper to turn around and go back to the team. Tail between legs. Same thing here. Those players over there. The orbs bounce flat so it goes round that corner. Big shatter. We've got to watch the Reaper though. Reaper's really scary. I want to go up aggressive with the team, but this Reaper's still incredibly scary. Even isolated.
Take caution.
This is brain surgery.
Fade jump up. Damage orb. Against the wall in that zigzag pattern, right? We're not just throwing it over there. We're trying to make it bounce, 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 bounce. Even if it means we're not throwing it directly at the player. Oh, good ult position. That was surprising. I mean, he had to use it, but... Oh, he didn't have to. They were going to lose anyway. Right. Well played, team. Enemy team, significantly more healing than us. They got like 3-4k more healing. We, however, have quite a bit more damage. We also have 37 limbs and only 4 deaths. So we weren't put under too much pressure. Right. Ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I was going to troll you and say, what rank are we? We'll find out right after this commercial break. However, I'm not going to run an advert because this is going on YouTube, so I am just going to press it. Okay. 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 So we were Plat 4. We are now Plat 2. Guys, would you consider that as a realistic rank up? Like, for this series? I'd say so. Yeah. Like, we're not playing as a GM player in Plat. Okay, so we're trying to play as about a diamond player in Plat who's just trying to climb a bit. So it's good because I really like the fact that we can keep the series in this direction where we're not just speedrunning it.